Welcome, my dear friends. I am Michael Amankwa, known as the Mental Catalyst, and I'm thrilled to be your host on the TMC show. This podcast is your path to empowerment, guiding you to unlock your true purpose and reach your full potential in life. As a mental catalyst, my mission is to inspire, motivate, and help you transform your mindset for personal growth and positive change. So I take the last bit again. As a mental catalyst, this is something that a lot of people keep on asking me, who is a mental catalyst? What do you do? So as a mental catalyst, my mission is to inspire, to motivate, and to help you transform your mindset for personal growth and positive change. And as part of the Success in Motion Bike Challenge, which commences on the 1st of November through the 11th of November, there's going to be 10 speeches given by me that is going to be, shared on our digital platforms on a daily basis. So there are going to be 10 topics, 10 topics that I personally have selected. And I arrived at these topics when I was actually doing a lot of reflection, introspection into my own life, trying to figure out what life is about and all of that. So I'm going to go quickly through the topics that are going to be discussed. So, and each one is going to be an episode on its own. So the 10 topics are: 1, purpose and meaning of life, exploring the profound questions of existence, seeking purpose and meaning in one's journey. A lot of times we have no idea what we are doing on earth, right? So we're going to look at the relevance of it and what purpose means and what the meaning of life is generally. Then the second one is we're going to talk about wellness, okay? Exploring the synergy between physical health, mental health, spirituality, and emotions. Then we're going to talk about preparation, okay? Then we're going to talk about focus. Then we're going to talk about grit. Then we're going to talk about patience. Then we're going to talk about failure. Then we're going to talk about time thieves. Then we're going to talk about collect memories and all things. Then the last one is the topic of love. Of love. So we're going to talk about all of that, but they're all going to be separate episodes. So at the end of the day, you're going to have 10 specially selected and well-delivered speeches for you, and those are the top 10. So the first one, which is episode 1, is basically about purpose and meaning. So for example, you go to bed at night and you wake up in the morning. You go to bed at night, you expect that when you wake up in the morning, you have a good night's sleep and you'll be well rested. So the purpose of going to bed really is to do what? Is to sleep. But what reward did you expect from going to bed? Is to have a good night's sleep and feel rested. So there are things that we do unconsciously that, gives us some sense of purpose, right? Or for example, you're hungry, okay? You're hungry, you need to find food to eat. That's a goal, that's a purpose. But the moment you eat, that is, you engage in the act of eating, feeding yourself, you become full and you feel strong and all of that. That is the reward, okay? So the bigger question is, so we have, by virtue of, we being alive and existing and all of that, we have subconscious purposes that, drives our day-to-day activities. But there's a bigger question that we miss, which is, what is my life's purpose? Why am I on earth? What am I living for? So that question needs to be answered by all of us. And it's something that a lot of us don't even know exists or don't understand the import of it. And then also the meaning of life. Because once you don't have this thing defined, you're just going to be going through life left and right, and you think you're making progress, but you're not, because you're just going without a plan. Yeah? So it's very important for you to know where you're going, what's your destination, how are you going to get there, and what does it mean for you when you get to that destination. So we're going to talk about purpose. And as I normally do, I'll define some of the key words. Okay, so today we're going to define what purpose means. Okay, so here, purpose is one's reason for doing something. Okay, so one's reason for doing something, or your goal, or the why behind your actions. I'll take that again. One's reason for doing something. So what's your reason for living? Okay, or a goal, which is the same as, why are you living? Yeah, or what are you living for? And then the why behind your actions. Okay, so that's purpose. And it's important that we define our grand purpose. Because, once you have a grand purpose, then you can have the sub-purposes depending on what aspect of your life you're talking about or you're looking at, okay? Then the meaning of life. So once you have your purpose, what is the reward attached to that purpose, okay? Like I said, if you go to bed, that's a goal. You wake up, you're expecting to feel well-rested so you can take on the day. So as you define your life purpose and you're living, what is that reward? What's the value you seek to get out of it? And that is the meaning of life, okay? So this is the question that I had to do a lot of research on. I had to do a lot of reflections, introspections. I had to read a lot of books, yeah, to try and understand why am I on earth. And I actually found my purpose and meaning when I turned 50, when I did Michael at 50, Reflections at 50, which I have a podcast on that, which is on all the podcast platforms, okay? So those are the two definitions that I want you to keep in mind. Then, as I normally do on the TMC show, I will also share a few quotes, okay? So the first one reads, the way you get meaning into your life is to devote yourself to loving others, devote yourself to your community around you, and devote yourself to creating something that gives you purpose and meaning. And this is a quote by Mitch Albom. And Mitch Albom is one of my favorite authors because he actually authored my favorite book, Tuesdays with Maury, okay? So he says that the way you get meaning into your life is to devote yourself to loving others. So it's talking about you devoting yourself to loving others, that is service to others, right? Devote yourself to your community around you. So wherever you are, the community that you find yourself in, yeah, your family, your church, your school, the area you live in, yeah, devote yourself to loving that community and giving yourself to that community, yeah? And then creating something that gives you purpose and meaning, okay? The second quote is, all successful people, men and women, are big dreamers. They imagine what their future could be, ideal in every respect, and then they work every day towards their distant vision and that goal or purpose. This is by Brian Tracy. Then the third one reads, people who use time wisely spend it on activities that advance their overall purpose in life. I take that one again, it's a very important one. People who use time wisely spend it on activities that advance their overall purpose in life. So how do you use your time? If you don't know your purpose, then anything will occupy your time. So you wake up in the morning, you realize that you're going through, the day, but you don't really have a purpose. There's no goal. What are you working towards? It's non-existent. It's just like a plane taking off from Ghana and going to London without a flight plan. Okay, so it takes off into the air and it has no idea what height it has to go to, when it needs to turn left, when it needs to turn right, when it needs to drop in altitude. It has no idea. So in that case, it's just going to fall and drop. And this is how most of us live our lives, because we are just going through without a grand design, a grand purpose. Okay, so today I'm going to share some of the things you can look at, or ways you can look at to defining your own purpose, okay? And this is not all exclusive. I mean, look, there are so many other ways that we could, but these are just a few tips or ideas we can consider in defining our purpose. So the first one is self-reflection. Self-reflection. So take time to introspect and reflect on your values, your passions, and what truly matters to you. Think about the activities and experiences that bring you the most joy and fulfillment. Okay, so self-reflection, and it's an act or a habit that I've cultivated, that almost every moment of my life I'm constantly thinking, am I doing the right thing? Am I at the right place? Am I feeling the right feelings? I'm always engaging myself, talking to myself. Yeah, so because I want to know myself better. Because as the days and the years go by, you get to realize that there are so many dimensions to who you are. But for you to realize those dimensions, you have to be in a reflective and introspective mode. Okay, so the first one is you have to do self-reflection. Okay, and these self-reflections have to be aligned with what your values and passions. Okay, the next one is identify your strengths. What are you good at? Okay, recognize your natural talents and strengths. Purpose often aligns with utilizing these strengths to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. So identify your strengths. So there's the one thing I can do so well, that I have done so well for the past 30 years, is being an entrepreneur. I cannot be really good at anything else but an entrepreneur, somebody who likes to think out of the box, to be very imaginative, who likes to invent, who likes to innovate. So early on in life, right from secondary school, I quickly realized that my calling was being an entrepreneur, solving the world's problems. So I quickly realized that was what I was good at, and I've always focused my energies, and all that I have and all resources on being an entrepreneur. So identify your strengths, you understand? Because if once you identify your strengths, it will help you define what your purpose is, like I have done with mine, okay? Then set meaningful goals, okay? Establish goals that resonate with your values and interests. These goals can give you life direction and purpose. So it's very important for you to set meaningful goals. And once you do that, through that process of setting meaningful goals and the like, it will also contribute to, help you find your purpose, or shaping the purpose. And remember, the purpose can also change from time to time, because as we go through life, life defines us. We get to become wiser, smarter. The dynamics around us change. So your purpose is not largely going to always be static. It can change. But you need to have one that is so grand that even if it changes, the change isn't significant to the point where the things that probably you have done in the past become a little bit of no use, okay? Then help others, okay? So we're talking about how do you find your purpose. Through the process of always helping others, you probably may find something that you just love doing by helping others. So maybe you love helping, orphans, or you like helping, mentally challenged people on the street to bathe them, clean them up, and things like that, or, whatever it is. But the process of helping others can also unearth your purpose, okay? So volunteering, mentoring, or assisting others in need can provide a sense of purpose, making positive impact in the lives of others. So that can also be a way for you to identify what your purpose is, okay? And seek inspiration. Explore the stories of people who inspire you. Learning about their journeys and achievements can help you identify your own purpose. So when last 2 weeks, when I went to St. Augustine's College to actually engage the student body, I think the year two were about 1,200 students. After we were done, one, I think some of the questions that some of the students had was, they admire me so much, they have passion, but they don't know how to figure out what their purpose is. So in this regard, by virtue of the inspiration they took from the engagement we had with them, it provided some pathway to help them define what their purpose is. Connect with your passion, okay? Connect with your passion. And this is very close to me, because when I look at my journey as an entrepreneur, I've had some very good highs and some very interesting lows. And if I was not passionate about my purpose and calling, I would have given up and I would have been lost, and I would have been in a very dark place for a very, very long time. So connect with your passion. Pursue activities or hobbies that you are passionate about. Often, your passion can lead you to your purpose, okay? So when you're trying to figure out, what is this life about? What am I good at, right? You need to now look at what are the things that excite you? What do you like doing? Yeah, you can't say I like sleeping every day, every minute, and that's your passion, right? So it has to be a smart passion right there. Then the next one is embrace challenges. Sometimes challenges and adversity can help you discover your purpose. Because a lot of times when we our back is against the wall, or we're falling flat, and all we see is darkness around us, we think, Charlie, that's the end of the world, and things like that. But when we embrace challenges, it can also lead to it can also help us discover what our purpose is. So overcoming obstacles may lead you to a sense of resilience and determination that align with your purpose. Okay? Then philanthropy. Consider contributing to the causes that matter to you. So as we are doing, quite a number of people now have gotten on board to support us with the Success in Motion bike tour by providing all sorts of assistance and support. So through the process of doing this, if you feel super good about it and proud about it, and feel you're doing something good, it means that there's a possibility that you can have a purpose of being, philanthropic, right? By really going out there, by doing it yourself, or putting people together and leading it. So that's another way of you looking, finding your purpose. And practice mindfulness. Oh, this is one of my favorites, mindfulness. Mindfulness and meditation can help you connect with your inner self and get insights into your purpose. So have that quiet time and allow your mind to run and think, yeah? You'll be surprised the kind of thoughts you have, and you'll be surprised at how you start feeling when you're having the right thoughts, okay? And then ask for feedback. Seek feedback from friends, family, and mentors. They may offer valuable insights into your strengths and potential areas of purpose. A lot of times people observe you from a distance and you may not even be aware. And they get to know you even more than yourself. So sometimes, when you talk to them, they can tell you the things you're really good at, the things you suck at, the things you're terrible at. And that can be your lead into finding your purpose. Okay? So these are some of the ways you can search or find your own purpose. But it's very important that you need to define your purpose. So what's my purpose? My purpose is this. I intend to dedicate the rest of my natural life to helping people find meaning to their lives. So when you see what is happening, prior to when I turned 50, my purpose has always been to be a billionaire in US dollars. Yeah, and have all the finest things that one can afford, because at that point, I have resources. So I spent my efforts pursuing that. But when I turned 15 and I did reflections and introspection, I realized that, okay, if God has given us 70 as a person of faith, then I have 2 decades left. How do I want to spend it? Do I want to spend it by acquiring material things that at the end of the day, when I'm no more, people will just scatter it and share it and do all sorts of things to it? Or am I better off dedicating myself to helping people find their purposes and helping them find meaning in their lives? So as you see what I'm doing, this is part of my purpose, my new purpose, which is helping people define their purpose and finding meanings to their lives because it gives me joy. So that is why we are doing Success in Motion. So you see how it's all come together. So it's important that you find your purpose, okay? You find your purpose. So this is the end of episode 1. We're going to go to episode 2.